Thank you, Mr. Corzine. You took the helm of MF Global in March of 2010, but a couple of months prior to that, you lobbied or argued before the New York Fed on behalf of MF Global, seeking to become a primary dealer. It's been noted that you believed that this status was a critical part in shifting MF Global toward a Goldman-like institution, a mini Goldman, I think was the wording. Can you explain why that was the case?
Congressman, I did join MF Global in the last few days of March of 2010, and I did not previous to that time meet with the Federal Reserve on MF Global on any matter or anyone else with regard to an MF Global matter.
So the reports about joining the select club as primary dealers, this is you did not play a role in that. You did not envision that as an advantage and suggest that and try to. Go ahead, sir.
After I joined MF Global, I
Yes.
certainly continued the pursuit, which had actually begun, I think, as much as a year and a quarter before I had joined. Believed that it was important for us in a development of our business. We were active market makers in U.S. Treasury and agency securities before I came to MF Global. It is part of my own history. This is a place I actually had expertise, and we certainly did not step back from seeking that recognition after I came.
At the time of your approval as a primary dealer at MF Global, the institution had a weak credit rating. MF Global was bleeding cash. The losses in the prior year, I believe, were $137 million. There was a history of compliance failure, at least 80 regulatory actions taken against it since 1997. Looking at that period in the spring of 2010, does it make sense to you that MF Global was approved to be a primary dealer by the New York Fed?
Congressman, we were approved in, if I'm not mistaken, in 2011, either January or February. I'm not,
right.
Can't remember the specific date, but it was a 2011 approval.
Would you have approved an institution with those problems?
I would have, as we did, make the case that we were a meaningful provider of liquidity to the underwriting of the U.S. Treasury debt, that we were providing liquidity to our clients through the repurchase agreement markets, that we had insights because we were active in futures markets around the globe that could be important to the capital markets desk about what was happening in markets.
But at the same time, if you were in the shoes of the New York Fed, and you've been through and you'd been through Bear Stearns leverage at 30 to 1, if you'd been through Lehman at 30 to 1, and arguably the leverage here of your firm was 40 to 1, I guess I'm asking, do you think you got special treatment because of your connections in terms of this decision to give this designation to MF Global, given some of the concerns out in the financial press about the institution?
Congressman, I don't believe we got special treatment. We never asked for special treatment.
Well, then let me ask you about CFTC, because, as you know, Mr. Gensler has recused himself from the case because of your past relationship. Do you believe MF Global, specifically the segregation of customer funds, do you think that was properly overseen by the CFTC? And do you believe that your firm might have been given special treatment because of your connection to Mr. Gensler, who's now recused himself?
I do not believe we were given special treatment, and I need to understand, as I've communicated to the committee, that when we know what the issues that caused this element, then I think you can make better judgments about whether the CFTC or anyone else, actually, including internally, we performed our responsibilities.